What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of the Brandon Aceto podcast. I'm here with my very good friend, Vincent O'Shaughnessy. What's up, Vinnie?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Thanks for being here today.
I apologize because I was writing to look
you're in the zone.
really professional, but I wasn't writing anything. But it looks, if you're writing, bro, people think that you're doing something.
You're
Like,
serious.
what's happening over there?
Yeah.
But thanks for having me, bro. This is good.
Yeah, a lot going on in the world. I mean, we're both really fired up about this Israel-Palestine stuff. We're talking about it every day, so I figured who better to have on first than you know?
Why not? I mean,
Yeah.
dude, like, it's morning, day, and night. I'm getting messages. I'm getting hate emails. I'm getting people that are literally starting Facebook like pages and with no followers, no posts, just going, "You stupid! You don't know what the hell." I'm dead serious. Like Steve Schmidt was right. You're dumb. It's like,
oh my bots.
It's exactly bots. But it's like. At what point, Brandon, are we going to say enough is enough? I've been saying that for a while, but it's again, Biden yesterday is asking for another $100 billion. And you know what the problem is too, bro?
What's that?
We hear that number and the average person just goes, nah, whatever. Dude, wrap your head around what $100 million is. They're asking for $100 billion. And it's like, when are we going to just say, dude, it's enough?
And it's crazy that we're numb to numbers like that now. You know, we've heard these billions and trillions so much with the stimulus money. Like during COVID, there was a constant trillion stimulus. So it's like, oh, 100 billion. Oh, wow. It doesn't even phase us anymore. But, you know, think about it. So one of the biggest national security threats is our power grid. It was built in like the 60s. So, you know, like it's super susceptible to cyber attacks, electromagnetic pulses.
Where is it, Brandon? Where is it? Is it
just the national power grid?
Oh, just in general?
Yeah, the U.S. power grid. So it's like just one network.
Oh,
and
great.
like rinkety old 1960s technology that's super susceptible to things. And all it costs is $50 billion, a one-time $50 billion payment
to fix it.
To shore up our fucking power grid. And yeah, we spend 5 times that amount on this bullshit.
That's so funny.
Like, what's the point of any of our national security shit, having the strongest military in the world, if our power grid could just go out like that?
And the fact that, and by the way, if you know this like that it's that vulnerable, you don't think the bad guys know that is it? And mind you, I hope you know this. If that goes, George Carlin had a really funny bit, which is kind of scary. He was like, all they have to do, you want to ruin our society, get rid of electricity.
Yeah.
Brandon, once that goes, no lights, no nothing, all the jails, everything has to open up. We're in bad shape if that happens, bro. You just scared the shit out of me again.
Yeah. Dude, and how bad does it fucking suck to have the power out of your house? Is there like
what do you mean? For 2 minutes,
Yeah.
I go, oh my God.
I can't do anything.
Imagine for good. Oh my God. And then guess what it's gonna come down to?
What?
Who has the guns? Who has the balls to fight? Because guess what? Gun sales are up. Gun sales are up. Ammo's up.
Of course.
They're running out of ammo places in blue and red states. Blue as well.
Yeah.
People are buying guns that don't even know how to use guns, bro. I have a feeling in my body, in my soul. It's the bad times are coming, bro. I mean, they're here, but it's getting really, really, really bad because everything is failing.
100%.
Society's failing, Brandon. Our domestic stuff's failing. Our overseas shits are everybody's mad at everybody. Everybody's posting up for war. Russia's sending planes to patrol. We're sending carrier ships. And yesterday we shot down 2 rockets that came from Yemen that were going to Israel.
Jesus.
Yo, it's about to get crazy.
Yeah. And speaking of what's going on in the world right now, the wars, the potential for the power grid to go out, all this crazy stuff, I, for one, am making sure that I buy a ton of survival food, whether it's MREs.
Tell us where you're getting it from, Brandon.
I will, Vinny. Hold your horses. I got to tell the masses. So, survival food for Patriot Supply. Absolutely sick website. You could buy survival food. Good for 25, 30 years. It's actually good tasting food. Eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. You could also buy solar powered refrigerators, solar powered generators, battery packs, solar powered flashlights, phone chargers that are solar powered. Anything that you need that you don't need electricity for it to survive. I, for one, am not going to take a chance of chaos ensuing and not being prepared. So highly recommend you go to 4patriots.com. Use promo code Let's Go Brandon to get 10% off your first discount. Again, that's 4patriots.com. Use promo code Let's Go Brandon to get your 10% discount. Guys, don't take a chance. This is the ultimate insurance. Be safe. God bless.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Thanks, bro. You could see the dominoes. They're lined up in place. Like if country X attacks country X, then boom, everybody has to get involved.
It's a wrap,
we have
Brandon.
Destroyer ships posted up outside of Israel right now.
Yep. And say what you want, Brandon. If you send ships to somebody's like on the border of a country,
Yeah.
that You are participating in their war.
Yeah.
So you're a part of the war. I don't believe in that proxy shit. You're involved. And the moment, Brandon, our soldiers put their feet on that ground, we are actively in a war, period.
And people are saying once we identify where the actual American hostages are, that they're going to go in hard.
Oh, 100. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they have to, but it's like, bro, these terrorists, when it comes down to that, bro, I'm telling you right now, they're going to, if we come in like surprise attack, they're going to kill these people. Like
Yeah.
it's not going to be a positive
Absolutely
outcome,
no.
period.
And you know what's freaking me out too is like you know how you could sort of like sense what like direction things are going, and when the mainstream media starts like hitting certain talking points,
Yeah.
and like so you hear them saying over the last few days, like since I realized that there's American hostages involved, they're saying, you know, well, we're almost obligated to go if American hostages are involved in this. You know, there's like a moral obligation. So every news network saying this, so that makes me think that it's almost like set in stone already. That's going to happen because they're like, you know, set like getting people adjusted to the idea of it.
Of course. And Brandon, 100%. Oh, because I mean, at the end of the day, if American citizens there, we have to. I mean, you have to, bro. Because think about it, they're just sitting there. It's not, dude. The odds are it's not going to be good for them. Like odds are, because terrorists don't have like, oh, no. Their goal is to scare the shit out of everybody and pump fear. But and we talked about this earlier. What's driving me crazy, what's bugging me out is, the security breach, attack, all that happened. John Kirby came out and said the other day, he goes, a reporter asked him, I'm so happy she asked. She's like, so this is the most sophisticated security apparatus in the world. Like it's close to ours. Like we're number one. They're in the top 5.
Yeah.
Let's just say, Brandon, the dome, their wall, their border, their IDF, their soldiers, it's army. Israel, you do not mess with Israel. Like we know that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, Brandon.
Right.
If a seagull flies in on that, they're taking that bitch down. So one has to ask, this massive failure of security and intelligence, even though they got warned, we're how many, 2 weeks, a week and a half into it?
Yeah.
Why isn't anybody going, okay, people are held hostage, people died, children died, our hearts go out to them and they hurt, but what happened? I want to know not only what happened with the failure, how the hell does Brandon, do you know what 6 hours is? I could see, Brandon, a 15-minute, like, wait a minute. Are they flying it? Oh my God. Pull the alarm.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Pull the alarm. It took them 3 to 6 Brandon.
In that small ass country too. It's like the size of Rhode Island, and like you're all on top of each other.
So explain that. So Brandon, explain to me, please, anybody out there, explain to me how something of this magnitude can not only slip under the radar with all these warnings, it slipped under the radar. Your response was non-existent.
Yeah.
These people are dying. So the people of Israel need to ask this question, because I've been seeing this a lot. I see the Ben Shapiro's, and bro, guys, I get the anger, Brandon.
Right.
I'm not stupid. I'm a Syrian.
Yeah.
We don't even have a country anymore, so I get it.
Yeah.
You feel me? But those people should be asking the questions, wait a minute. We trust in you to protect us. This failure happened. Your response was abysmal. People kept getting killed. Bro, they came and kidnapped people and dragged them to the Gaza Strip.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Like I thought every little crevice of their country is monitored by security cameras and sensors and whatnot.
It is, Brandon. It is. So then that begs the question. Not only how, did somebody know? Because I think me and you talked about this, about psychopaths and people, and you see a Bush Jr. when he was like when he was making jokes when we went to war. He was like, weapons of mass destruction. He was like, no weapons over here. Like they're laughing in your face, and this it pisses me off is the lack of accountability, because now you see that idiot. He's out,
Painting.
talking for the Democrats. Like it doesn't make any sense. How is that guy not in jail? How is Donald Rumsfeld not in jail?
Right.
How is Dick Cheney? You told us, you lied. You guys lied with fake information that these people had nukes.
Right.
Weapons of mass destruction. When people just throw away the word WMD, Brandon, a nuclear weapon, meaning you guys could end the world, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we went there, killed 1 million people, men, women, children. We lost a bunch of our soldiers. Brandon, where were the nukes?
Oh, that's the thing. They're like, oh, never mind, we were wrong about it.
And then Brandon, they changed the name. They changed the name to the war
on terror, right?
It was Iraqi freedom, and then it turns into like enduring freedom, and it's like,
These fucking names. Who comes up with these propaganda names?
Brandon, there has to be like a think tank of just people. They're just like, enjoy freedom. Like,
where they're doing like tests on like those like test groups and like how's this sound? How's this make you feel when you hear this name?
I got scared. Go with that. Go with that. But it's like, because I don't know, Brandon. I just don't. There's too many questions, and it's not just from Americans. It's not from any other Palestinian. I'm hearing this from Israelis themselves. You're not going to hear the huge mainstream media, but they're asking these questions like, how the hell could this have happened? And then the response didn't happen. It's almost as if you turned around and let something happen of this magnitude. Going to my point, when people are like, somebody the other day was like, are you trying to tell me that you think Benjamin Netanyahu would just let his, I go, bro, and Charlie Kirk make a great point. They were on the brink of civil war. He's trying to change rules and put courts and let me ask you a question, Brandon. And I'm asking you a genuine question. All this is happening. You're in charge of this. You're in charge of this. Everybody hates you. There's controversy. People are investigating. Everything's happening, Brandon. And then you find out that an attack is going to happen, and you go, you know what? If I just listen, it's going to suck. People are going to die. I mean, people die all the time.
Yeah.
We'll lose 1,000, maybe 1,000 human beings. But guess what? I'll be looked at as a fucking king, a gangster. We're going to go to war. And in war, you cannot go after the guy that's in charge because who's going to lead you?
Yeah.
Who's going to lead you? So what do you think?
No, 100%. And, he's a guy who's been wanted to go into Gaza for a long time. And, so if you wanted to go to war and to take back that territory, take control of it, what better outcome to just have this invasion happen, get your entire population riled up and to the point where they're begging you to go to war to get revenge. And that's where they're at right now.
Yeah.
And, speaking of mainstream media, did you see the other day, freaking Forbes had an article that criticized the Charlie Kirk episode on the PBD podcast saying, they called it a conspiracy, conspiracy-ridden podcast.
That's right. That's right.
About the saying that Israel might have let it happen, but they're are they calling the country of Egypt a conspiracy theorist? Because we were citing Egypt, saying that it was they were warning them about the intelligence.
And they have proof that they did it, Brandon. Yeah. And then Forbes actually did a follow-up where they go, nope, Egypt actually did warn them, and the CIA knew it, and everybody knew it. And it's like, how many?
Okay.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Brandon, how many of these, just like 9/11, just like Pearl Harbor, just like, how many more intelligence failures have to happen to where we change the name? Because, dude, it's not the intelligence community.
Yeah.
Stop saying that word. I hate the intelligence community. You're not that intelligent.
No.
It keeps failing. We're too technologically advanced to let something like this slip. You can't pull the wool over my eyes anymore. I'm not stupid, bro. I'm not buying it.
Right.
The regular sheep can buy it. I'm not that guy, bro.
No.
And but they make us look like we're freaking crazy because I'm the one spitting it out. And like we said, Brandon, nobody's gonna be held accountable. John Kirby said, now's not the time.
So when is?
When the I don't want to cuss, Brandon. When is the time?
Yeah.
Because now it's gonna be a year down the road. Thousands and thousands of women, children, people, everybody's gonna die, and then they're gonna be like, well, okay, we should have known this person messed up. Nobody will go to jail.
Right.
Nobody will be held accountable, and the news cycle's happening so fast, nobody gives a damn.
Yeah.
Because it's just war. And war is, that's all we do is fight. That's all this country wants to be, and I'm getting sick and tired. Last night, Joe Biden just, by the way, I'm being dead serious, Brandon. I might talk about this on Unusual Suspects.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. There's videos of him taller, and now when he shook Benjamin Netanyahu's hand, he's shorter. His chin on Air Force One yesterday, where Blinken and Kirby are just watching him. Did you see this video, Brandon?
I saw.
His chin looks like he has a nut sack on his chin, and then they ask him a question, bro. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if there's body doubles, because don't act like there's not body doubles.
Well, dude, you seen what the CIA could do? Pat had that chick on a few years ago who was the CIA disguise specialist. They can make people look indistinguishable from somebody they're trying to look like. It's
Holy crap.
Like you ever see on Mission Impossible where they always trick you, where they were rip off their faces? They could do exactly that.
Brandon, with our technology, of course they can. Or you could look at Hollywood. Hollywood does shit where you're like, is that a real, is that CGI? Is that a person?
Yeah.
And
they suck at so bad they can't even make them look the same all the time.
That's actually really funny. Just like the Biden mask person, but the guy in there is still like old, and that's actually hilarious.
The weird thing about though to me is that whatever you want to think about it, it's just weird that both Kamala and Biden were very well spoken, very articulate, right up until the time they became president and vice president.
What
they
is
both
that?
became brain dead.
What is that? What?
It's weird.
Yeah, because and it's weird, Brandon, because Biden, when I say there's different versions, there's the one that's on the debate stage that can hold his own. There's the one that's literally staring into nothing. And by the way, yes, I'm making fun. It's. I feel bad.
He's our president. You should be able to make fun of him.
100%. But I'm tired because I have cousins that are like this. Like I was in a group text I have 9 different group texts with all different people with all different points of views. Like, you should be supporting the president. These are the same people that were the anti-Trump, hating you. He said this about veterans. I'm like, no, he didn't. You just heard it and you're repeating bullshit. You're a propagandist. That's what the hell you are.
Yeah.
And I'm just at my wit's end because I'm like, when are the American people gonna wake up and say, hey guys, enough is enough.
Yeah.
You're not sending $100 billion to Israel and Ukraine's gonna get a big chunk. It's like, where did Ukraine come into this equation?
Right, what, we're just slipping it in?
Yeah, no, you know what it is? It's Zelensky's going, hey, listen, you have,
don't forget
I know
about
you're
me.
giving, hey, there's a war, but
Still
don't forget.
over here.
Yeah, I'm over here, hey, Russia, oh, Putin. But it's crazy that I see like how they vilify Putin when all Putin's trying to do is protect his country. He's like, listen, he told them, don't leave Ukraine, don't do this NATO shit because, Brandon, you're educated. I hope the people out there understand. They're trying to put bases and missiles and shit right next to Russia. What are you, stupid?
Well, dude, there's this perfect map online. It's a statistics map. It shows you, like, it's color coded. It shows what year we went to, like, put NATO in each country. And it's, like, just a creeping barrage of, like, each year we put, like, get closer and closer with our missiles. Yeah.
And he doesn't want it, Brandon.
Yeah, so what do you think's going to happen? Like, what if, like, fucking Russia started putting missiles in, like, each country in South America and get closer and closer to get to Mexico?
Exactly. We're so, like, conceited with power where we're like, by the way, do you know how many bases do we have around the world, Brandon?
Like hundreds,
maybe 1,000. Like it's just like installations everywhere.
Yeah.
How many bases are here from another country?
Yeah.
Zero.
No.
Do you think there's a Venezuelan Air Force little section in Florida? No. We're just the big swinging dicks. We're everywhere, and we're poking ourselves, dude. We're spreading ourselves thin.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of these. What's that word, Brandon? I don't like pumping fear into people. Not pessimistic, but just when I'm telling people, just like Pat said, we are so vulnerable. It might not happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It might not even a week. Maybe in a couple of years, when everybody's chilling, you're watching a Super Bowl or some shit, and then boom, a bomb is going to go off with weapons that these assholes left in Afghanistan, which we told you, the worst withdrawal. Like, how many more things can go wrong? How many more things? Impeaching Trump. They impeached Trump for talk. Ready for this?
Yeah.
For a phone call that somebody thought that they overheard somebody. Like, it's unbelievable. How is Joe Biden not getting impeached for anything that he's done?
Yeah.
So don't give me that. There's no two-tiered bullshit. It's one tier. It's just the left. And I think that I'm dead serious. I think that they're evil. They're evil people, Brandon.
Yeah,
I really do.
100%. It's like that rules for radicals thing. You know, it's been hijacked by that movement of trying to, destroy America to enable globalism.
100%.
And that's like what the vast majority of those people want to do because, they get paid off by whoever is like part of that movement, like the Soroses and the Chinas of the world. And, they're willing to sell out their country to, get a few bucks for themselves, which is crazy.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
And then, Brandon, I'm so happy you brought up that point. Here's my question. Do these people think, like, when you sell your soul, you sell you get all these riches for selling now, and do you think, like, the evil is gonna, like, keep their promise when all is said and done?
Yeah.
That's why, because I was asking myself, okay, so they're selling the country out. We're ruining everything.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, you think the powerful people are gonna remember your dumbass? No. You're gonna fall into the fold too.
And you think you're gonna enjoy living in that world that shitty world that you enabled to be created? So what? You have $1 million. What if we all have CBDC and are under like surveillance constantly?
You're screwed.
Is that enjoyable?
100%. And they're not gonna look at you and go, oh no, he helped with the policies. No, you're screwed just like the rest of them.
Step in line, bitch.
It is, Brandon, and it's and I don't know how much longer you want to talk about the Israel thing, but it's crazy how I was thinking about this yesterday. The pandemic, everything's propaganda, everything's fear.
Yep.
Brandon, you have to scare the public.
Yep.
So they tried to, the pandemic, remember the new variant?
Yeah.
They were like, hey guys, it's coming.
Yeah.
Americans were like, F you.
Okay.
Bye, next. Climate change. People are like, Oh my God! Greta Thunberg got arrested yesterday again, and she's a laughing little bitch. I'm sorry, bro. I can't stand her because she's one of the main. They bring this girl now. She's getting too ugly and old. Remember, she was cute and young. And she's like, our ecosystems are collapsing. Now she's just some butch bitch. Nobody cares about.
Are collapsing.
The ecosystem. Whatever. Yeah, it's funny. Like she's Swedish or something. We just made her German.
I know.
But so they wheel that out. They do the pandemic. They're trying to scare us with water. You know what they always can come back to, Brandon?
Yeah.
What's always the go-to propaganda fear factor?
Old reliable.
Old reliable. Terrorism.
Yep.
No face. War on terror.
Yeah.
And and they can keep coming back. Terrorism is like the bell bottoms of fear and propaganda. They're like, it made a comeback. It's like a 70s, Because Brandon, they could always wheel that back in.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Now, if you think about it, there's somebody out there with a bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these crazy Middle Easterns. Because by the way, I'm Middle Eastern. We look crazy. Like, I mean, we're hairy. You know what I mean?
They're not allowed to have sex.
We can't have sex. We just built up aggression.
Of course they're shooting people.
Yeah. They're like, why'd you blow yourself up? I can't touch her. I want to get. There's virgins in heaven. That's so funny, Brandon. Why would you even blow yourself up? Because I was promised 72 virgins. You
Blue
idiot.
balls for 20 years.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Hey, you know why? My balls were about to explode. So I had to explode. Anyway. But yeah, dude, it's just it's crazy where we're going, and I think throughout our history of mankind, there have always been wars, man. There's always been these problems.
Yeah.
But I think now, because of the technology is so advanced, touching people is so much quicker. The threat of nuclear war, the one that they threatened us, they scared us with Kim Jong-un.
Yeah,
remember?
right.
That's setting. Now it's the time. Now all these Democrats, I told you so.
Yeah.
I hate when people are liars, Brandon. You know that saying? I don't want to say I told you so. I do.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I do. We told you so. So now you're gonna live in it. We're all gonna feel it because of you idiots. Because the mean guy was saying mean things, Brandon.
Yeah, and that's when the world actually respected us. But yeah, the scary thing about that is like anytime there's a war after like a long peacetime, there's a big technological leap that we're not really mentally ready for. So, like World War I, people were mind fucked by how crazy the technology was, like how much damage you could do. Same thing with World War II.
Yeah.
Even Vietnam, the same thing. Just massive amounts of people were able to be killed with the technology. Imagine the shit we could do now if we're in a full-on war.
God, with
like just
lasers and you don't know.
Like our drone attacks, we've killed thousands of people, but those are little like micro bombs, like using like a fraction of what the drones are capable of. Imagine if we just like went full on like barrage people with drones and shit.
Brandon.
It'd be like the Terminator.
It's not, Brandon, and I'm telling you right now, people don't realize this. You nailed it. I think you talked about it on another show. The technology jump from the 90s till now. Shit, just 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Drones, bugs that could blow up. Dude,
you ever see the thing where they could control a fly and they could like facial recognition, it could fracture your skull?
Oh my, I saw that, Brandon. And some guys controlling it. I knew a guy during the Iraq war that was controlling a drone from Maryland. I'm dead serious. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
He would the drone would take off in Iraq. He's in Maryland, like a video game. Boom, kill people, come back.
Oh my God.
I'm not even joking, bro. That's how. That was back then, Brandon. Imagine right now. What do you mean? He doesn't have to. Everything's here. You're not. They put them there. They fly there. They go kill who they want. And they come back.
Well, dude, like a 13-year-old could have a drone that's like taking pictures, like 3D pictures or like perfect pictures of somebody like miles away and like fly it back to them and like do recordings and shit. Like, what do you think the military could do? They could put like machine guns on drones that you can't even see. Probably
100%. You haven't seen a sliver. You haven't seen anything actually of what the military's capability is, weaponry-wise. It's not. You think those robotic little robots, you know how advanced their shit probably is with guns on it? It's not that hard, bro. Just put a gun on a robot. That's the future.
Well, you ever seen Black Mirror where they have like those dogs with the robots? Like they have them in real life too, those dogs that like are super fast and everything, but they just don't have the guns on them.
What's the name of the show?
Black Mirror. It shows like
Brandon, I'm
15 years
Brandon,
in the future.
please, because I know we're on your show. It's African American Mirror. I don't like the word black. No, I'm not joking. But no, I've seen that. That show's amazing.
It's spot on too. Like stuff that it shows already coming true. But I mean, like I wonder how far away we are from like having robots participating in war. I mean, we do technically with drones, but like
kind of would do drones. I think. What do you think, Brandon? 10 years? 10 years where we're like, can you imagine that? An airplane comes and parachutes of robots and they hit the ground running. But Brandon, once that happens, they could do that shit. If we're like, hey, you're not gonna take our guns or whatever, they could turn on us. All these robots went rogue. We don't know. You can't trust it.
Stay inside. The robots are out and they're malfunctioning.
Exactly. It's like iRobot. Exactly.
And
like
that's where I fear our own government more than other countries because fucking China's not going to build a good robot. They can't even build semiconductors.
No, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, so like Russia can't do that either. So they're not a threat in terms of like robot capabilities for warfare, but our own government sure as hell is.
100%. That's why, bro. I'm telling you right now. The Second Amendment is such a dope thing because, and a lot of people.
That's why we're still free,
dude. I was just gonna. That's a great point. Do you know why? Like even on the National Terrorist Day, the guy from Hamas. By the way, I want everybody out there. Don't say Hamas anymore. Don't give them the credit. The hell with pronouncing it right. Call them Hamas. Don't give that group any.
Point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
People like white people that are going Hamas. I'm like, first of all, you spit on my coffee, bitch. Say Hamas. But shit, what was the point that I was trying to make, Brandon?
Shit, where were we? So we said
that's from smoking marijuana from back in the day, Brandon. Now it's having residual effects.
Let's follow the trail. So we were on robots. We were saying our own, Second Amendment.
Oh yeah, the second. See, that's from not smoking marijuana, Brandon. Thank God that we have the Second Amendment, and I'll tell you guys why. Not the hunting, not all that BS. In Israel, nobody has guns. Nobody was armed.
Yeah.
Nobody was out there. I dare. That's why on the National Hamas Terrorist Day that they called it on the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Guess how many acts of where were those guys at? Nobody did shit.
Nope.
You know why? Because every other person here has a gun, bro.
Yeah.
That would have never happened in Florida. I'll tell you that right now.
Hell no.
Because if I saw some guy on a paraglider coming in, bro, I would have been like, what? God, stop. I'm like, I want to shoot more. I'm the one that's going to shoot more.
Like skeet shooting or whatever.
100%. But it's like, yeah. One of my friends like, but Vinny, with the technology, what are you going to do? Well, I go, listen, if I get to kill one person I'm the resistance, I'll do it, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, Brandon, you know this. My family came here legally.
Yep.
Me and my brother, my sister, all veterans. I have friends that are in the military. I have friends that have died. We're losing the grip of what America is and what America stands for and stood for. It's slowly eroding. They got everybody fighting with each other. They got us spread thin. Inflation is up. We're basically, remember, we were in a recession.
Yeah.
Remember the White House
changed
the definition in real time.
Yeah.
We have no money, and we're just every other week another 100 proposal $1 billion. Are you like? I'm telling you right now.
Slap in the face.
Are you, Brandon? Shut down. Pat mentioned this. I've said this in the past. Shut everything down. Border. Put soldiers on the freaking border right now.
Right.
And call a timeout. Hey guys, you guys behave because we're not dealing with anybody right now.
Yeah.
And what we need to turn around and look into the country and fix this shit.
Right.
Okay. Help us first. Like America. Our government is so, you know what our government does, Brandon? We're on the Titanic. America's on a Titanic. It's sinking. But you know what we like to do? No, come here. Get on. Oh, you need help? Take the resources. Take this. Take that. It's like, no. We're sinking. Stop.
It reminds me of it's like the Democrats are like the band that's still playing as the ship's going down. Like they're just
the violin. Yeah. This is America. Yeah. Let's. What the hell's going on, dude? Brandon, let me ask you a question. Do you think the awakening is going to happen, or do you think that the pieces of the game, of the chess game, are already set up? They're pre-set up. Like you show up to the table and it's already there, and you can't even do anything. Like it would literally have to take an act of God to change it. Or do you think that we actually have?
I think so. I think it's gonna change, but there more pain's gonna come before it changes because change comes when staying the same becomes too painful. So right now it's annoying people, but in America we're very sheltered from like the pain that's going on around the world. Inflation's up, but a lot of people still can get by.
Of course,
but once you start, if you lose electricity, if you lose food, if you lose access to water, that's when shit really starts going down. That's when people actually riot and protest and get furious at their government. But right now, I guess it pisses me off, but it's still not painful enough for the majority of people to actually get pissed off at the government and pay attention and berate Congress with phone calls and emails. Because if say 10-20% of the population is absolutely berated Congress with angry phone calls and emails saying this is bullshit, I'm gonna vote you out if you don't change this, then I think actual change would happen, and just if normal people ran for Congress, those are the people that get to decide who goes to war, how much money we give out, everything. So That's what I would like to see. Is just normal, reasonable people fight to get into Congress.
And it's
we need more pain before that happens. Unfortunately,
it's a lot of pain. But I mean, like again, with the Congress, with just anybody in politics, the term limits of they got it locked down, bro. It's so hard.
Yeah, they're the lawmakers.
Yeah, dude. I'm just like I have hope. I've been trying, bro. I've been having besides the religious chain, I've been getting closer with God. And it's like besides that moment, because in the Bible. Dude, the mark of the beast, there's a lot of things that are right. You cannot deny the stuff in the Bible that, Jesus is going to come back. God's going to come back and just finish it all. Because, I mean, dude, it's getting really, really bad. Like, it's like, I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my God, I don't watch any news. I love it. When you think the way that we think and speak, Brandon, like, oh, you watch Fox News? No, I don't. And Kayvon actually made a really good point in there. He goes, when you had to watch the news, like they were CNN and they were doing well, right?
Yeah.
When you had to watch it. Now that people have an option, nobody's watching you. You notice that?
Yeah. Well, if you watch closely, I enjoy watching because you could see the Project Mockingbird if you watch closely. Like the
what's that?
It's a CIA project where they learned how to manipulate and brainwash people through the media. So it's like it's light and mild brainwashing that like accumulates over time. But ever notice how they're very repetitive with the things they say? They have these catchphrases, and whatnot, and kind of just pound things into your head. So it like whatever the keywords they're using, it's almost like an SEO score or something. Like they use like keywords just constantly, and
boom, and
yeah,
listen,
and you'll like, get into arguments with people, and you'll hear them recite the words that they hear on CNN.
Exactly.
And that's how you know it's their MK Ultra or Project Mockingbird.
And Brendan, I totally believe it because it's a fact. MK Ultra is real. Yeah. Brainwashing and brain manipulation is real.
Look what happens when people get hypnotized at the fucking like fairs and shit.
I've seen a guy. He thought he was a hippopotamus. He was trying to eat. Bro, I saw a guy hypnotized into a hippopotamus, and he was running around the room trying to eat people's salads. And I'm like, bro, it's easily manipulated.
So if gypsies could do that at the town fair, imagine what the CIA could do,
a gypsy named Olga.
Yeah.
If she could make you do jumping jacks in your underwear, I'm pretty sure the CIA has more sophisticated terms.
They can make you like too liberal or something.
Yeah. Oh my God, Brandon. It's a...
But,
go ahead.
No. So, yeah, it's something I definitely wanted to ask you about, though. So, like, in regard to, like, Israel's gearing up for this whole, like, ground invasion and whatnot.
Now, has it not? It hasn't hit because I remember a couple of days ago it was weather, which is almost like
weather last time?
I remember a couple of days ago they were gearing up, ready to go, and then it was, again, like an act of God. It was like they couldn't invade because of weather. And I'm like, is it raining? It's in the Middle East. What weather? Was it hot?
Yeah, right. Like sandstorm.
Yeah, kind of weird, but I didn't look too much into it though.
Well, it seems like a tactical nightmare. And like, I mean, I was never in the military, but you were, so I was interested in asking you about this. So it's a really unique setup where it's like one of the most densely populated areas in the world. It's like it's 8 miles wide, 36 miles long. So pretty much the second they cross the border, they're basically within the sight lines of people with guns.
100%.
So how do you handle that type of situation? Like when you have buildings, like a urban landscape, hostages.
So we did it's called MOUT training, military operations other than war. So Brandon, the worst type of fighting is buildings. You're inside the city, like like in the Middle East. Like if you're bombing from far away, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But urban warfare. Dude, besides the civilians, even though they're giving warnings to get the hell out, which everybody has their opinion of why.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, they're trying to cleanse us, they're trying to take it up. I'm not going to get into the particulars, but Brandon, picture, like, I don't know if you remember in Mogadishu when the Black Hawk crashed and we had to go in and get soldiers. They were stranded in there. Have you ever watched Black Hawk Down, Brandon?
Yeah.
Brandon, you're in the city, you're looking up from over here. It's such a tactical nightmare to be in that situation, and I've been hearing this a lot, Brandon. The using kids as human shields. And okay, I'm pretty sure that some of them do.
Yeah.
But what people aren't asking is 25, or just not even acknowledging 25. What's half of the age of Palestine is what? 25 years old and younger.
Yeah, like half of them's under 30 or 25.
1 million, and I heard like there's a lot of little children. You want to just go in and like Shapiro and all these guys, just go in, wipe those motherfuckers. Okay. And they're using babies and stuff as shield, like not all the time. So what I would do, this is my suggestion.
Yeah.
Have some ground, like, I mean, invade on some like secret Navy SEAL type stuff and go after these Hamas, because you know the leaders of Hamas are like in Qatar and shit. They're not over. They're giving orders from far away.
Yeah.
You have to go. It can't just be a bomb everybody. Hey, we told y'all to leave. There has to be a different tactical procedure to get in there to kill the majority of the Hamas with as minimum casualties of innocent lives. Because right now, I mean, last week the attitude was like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Bomb everybody.
Yeah.
Bomb everybody. And I know the bomb, we talked about this, Brendan, the hospital that was bombed. I saw the ambassador to Palestine that was in, I think he was in London. And he's like, and I saw the missile, it came up, they said it blew up. Piers Morgan was like, this crater, Israel says, you're not a freaking crater expert. One side's gonna say one thing, one side's the other thing, but it's like, people didn't want to say this. That same hospital that was in question was bombed 2 days earlier. You know that, right?
No, I know that.
That same hospital that they bombed was bombed 2 days earlier by Israel. So let's not act like this isn't war. War is disgusting, and it's dude. There's so many kids getting killed, and Ben Shapiro kept, because I mean Ben Shapiro's obviously like the biggest voice. He's really pissed off, and he deserves he has every right to be pissed off.
Right.
But it's like, at what point do you have to say, listen, it's not a couple, there's a lot of kids dying. Okay, well, we had to bomb the hotel, we're warning them. It's like, yeah, but bro, where are these people gonna go?
Yeah.
They're stuck.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
There's one exit and Israel's not letting them out.
You can't leave.
Yeah.
They can't leave.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do? And it drives, dude, I saw a video of a kid.
No food, no water, no electricity.
No food, no water, no electricity. They're stuck. They have no way out. Dude, I saw a 3-year-old. It really, really bothered me, Brandon. I couldn't watch the whole thing. His mom's laying on the floor in this hospital. She has that look like she's losing color. She looks like she's gonna die.
Jeez.
Okay? Her 3-year-old sitting there, and Brandon, I don't know if you know what shell shock is when your nervous system is shocked to the brink, it snaps. This kid, 3 years old, bro, it got me emotional.
Jesus.
Like shaking. He's ruined for the rest of his life.
Yeah, if he
And
even,
nobody cares.
if he even lives too.
Oh God.
And you know what's crazy is that it's 2 million people that live there, and only 40,000 are part of Hamas. So you know what's that? That's like less than 5%.
Less than 5. So Brandon, figure out a different way to get it. You can't just go, oh, they use kids as shields. We're gonna blow everything up. No, send in your fucking special forces. Get in the cities. Get in there. Find these assholes and kill them. And it's like, dude, it's a shitty situation. The peace in the Middle East, I'm tired of hearing that shit.
Yeah.
Stop saying that. It ain't gonna happen.
No.
One people think that God deserves it. These people think that you're not. It's a no-win situation, bro.
Yeah.
There's a no-win situation. It's not gonna. And I don't have the answer. I'm sorry. I don't have it. I can give my opinions, but it's like when you see kids like that, and everybody's attitude is like, well, they use human shields. That kid wasn't a fucking shield. He was just there. He was just at the hospital. His mom probably has cancer.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, what would you think about the idea of like trying to arm the population? So I mean, I was trying to, I want
wrap your head around that.
Yeah, well, I want to run for president someday, so I'm trying to think like, all right, what would I do strategically in this situation? Because it is a disaster as far as like strategically trying to get the hostages out, not kill innocent people, but also like wipe out the 40,000 from Hamas.
Yeah, so Brandon, I mean, arming. Think about it, arming the population to go after Hamas, that's such a touchy, like, because who knows if they're like, oh, thank you, and then they turn and they give it to them, and because, I mean, Brandon, if you think about it, this is what the other side is saying. This is why you're seeing so much cheering, which is it's weird to see it, of people saying free Palestine and supporting, because nobody's asking why. Why are all these universities, why are there all these marches, Brandon? Why are there?
That's crazy.
There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people supporting Hamas. Congressman, it's like, so I'm trying to ask myself, and it's like, I think it's because they feel that they've been oppressed. A lot of, don't get it twisted. IDF and all these people, they kill Palestinians on the regular. Let's not pretend to each other like Israel is just floating around. I've seen videos of them. They shot a little kid in the back that was throwing rocks at them. Let's not act like Israelis are innocent. But throughout the years, it's just, rocks with guns. It's a different battle. So now when somebody, and it sucks, it's a freaking terrorist group, I don't condone it, they're celebrating, they feel, because I'm trying to put myself, they feel like that's their only, like, only way to show the world like something like, okay, we could fight back. Because by the way, how much weapons and stuff do you think Palestinians have?
The citizens don't have anything.
They don't have nothing. They have rocks.
Well,
so like,
because like that shows the power of guns, though. So the fact that 40,000 people can just do a hostile takeover of 2 million people, that shows what guns could do.
Wow, that's a great point, dude.
You know,
40,000, and not all of them have guns, but
of the Hamas.
Yeah, I'm saying like 40,000 Hamas members. Not every single one of them has a gun, but let's just say there's 30,000 guns.
Yeah.
You could control anybody, bro, because you're the captors. You're the ones. You know what I mean?
So that's what, I mean, so that's why I wonder if it would do anything to do. It's kind of like arming the rebels, you know, like the CIA loves to arm the rebels and like
all the
against
time.
people and stuff.
Cuba, everybody, yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it'd be a super messy situation to like do a brute force attack from like Israel or from the U.S., you know, but I think like you have to use your spies in this situation, you know,
big time,
really
big time, Brandon.
Identify where they are, like where like the majority of them are hiding out, like where their underground tunnels are, because they have over 300 miles of underground tunnels.
That's crazy. I mean, they have time. They're just,
what else am I gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do later? You're gonna go to the park? No, there's no park left. They bombed the hell. Let's just start digging. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, it's a mess. I don't think it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be fixed. It's been going on for what, 106 years?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, bro. But my heart, like, I'm sorry that I got a little emotional, bro. Seeing that, bro, I was just like, oh, because I have nieces, I have nephews, and they're that age, and I'm like, Brandon, can you? And that's why Americans, we are the most spoiled.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other countries that are spoiled too, but whenever you have a moment, guys, and I'm telling everybody, when you have a moment where you're like, oh, this sucks, or my job, or you know, my apartment's
traffic,
or traffic. It's like, just put yourself, watch a video of that, and I'm telling you right now, bro, life becomes so much more like you're just like, because that 3-year-old has nothing to do with anything, and they're just getting the brunt force of war, and it's so freaking it hurts so bad to see shit like that.
It's literally hell on earth right now. Something about like no food, no water,
no electricity.
It's hot as fuck. You have rubble all around you.
What do they eat, Brandon? What do you do? And then there's bombs coming in every day.
And you can't even bury people either. They're saying that like it's not safe enough to bury people, so there's just rotting corpses all over the place.
God.
Their hospitals are out of medical supplies. You know, like you probably know a bunch of people that have died already. Like if you're a person there, it's probably hot because it's hot everywhere over there.
Yeah, and I'm not taking it, Brandon. What Hamas did, horrible, disgusting. Like and again, shooting, killing, like. That's pure evil. There's no excuse. Okay, you know, Israelis kill Palestinians and you know whatever. I understand, but these guys have made it a lot worse, and they pushed somebody to where they were like, okay, now since we want this place anyway, now you're giving us the green light, and now we have the world behind us too.
Yeah.
So and going back to our point, was it known? Did they let it slide? I don't know, because now it's like, if you even try to even talk any positivity about the Palestinian people, not Hamas, that's the problem too, Brandon.
Yeah, very different.
If you say, hey, I feel bad for the Palestinians, you're not supporting Hamas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Hamas.
Right.
You're supporting the people, the innocents. Okay,
Yeah.
there's 2 million people there.
Yeah.
That 40,000 are ruining it for everybody. And the solution, I mean, there has to be one. I don't know what it is, bro, but I hope it happens sooner than later.
And it's scary too, because now you got Hezbollah up in Lebanon saying that they're about to start getting involved too. So you know,
of course they are.
It's a 2-front war for Israel,
God.
and then
of course
Iran is saying they're going to get involved if Israel goes in a ground invasion of Gaza. So
Israel, and again, and Brandon, Iran, how many hundreds of billions of dollars did Barack Obama give Iran?
A shit ton.
We have given these people the ammo, the money, the resources, and now we're wondering here's my question. Why the hell would you give a leader that chance death to America? Why the F are you giving these people unlimited resources? Make it make sense to me. You can't.
Ready? So like this is kind of a mind fuck, but so would we give him a couple $100 billion, right? So
Barack gave him
imagine how
around $100 billion.
Imagine how profitable it is to have a reason to go to war in the Middle East if giving the country that becomes a threat $100 billion, because that justifies your reason eventually to go to war. So like think about that. So that's basically an investment that we get to spend $1 trillion on war because we gave them enough juice to be a threat to us.
Wow, that's a great point. That's crazy.
And that's insane.
Crazy. And then we go there, we kill them, we take the money.
Yeah.
We take the money back.
And same thing with leaving our weapons in Afghanistan too. Like we definitely did that so we could rebuild new shit. And
100. Oh, Brendan, 100%. And the fact that those weapons are found in the hands of some of the dead Hamas people, and it's like,
so it's a win-win for them. They get to build new weapons and they get to have a reason to go to war.
Yeah, of course, it's a win, dude. Oh my God, I'm telling you right now, this next 6 months is gonna be very, very interesting. And weird, Brandon, election year. Every freaking time it's election year,
dude,
pops off.
We could end up having a stock market crash and like a war breaking out at the same time, heading into an election.
How many guns do you have? Are your guns here?
I have a couple.
Buy guns, everybody.
Yeah.
Buy guns. Get ammo. So guess what? When shit pops off, the government ain't gonna protect you.
Hell no.
It's you protecting yourself.
Yeah.
From anybody. Foreign, domestic. It's on you.
Yep, guns and food.
Guns and that's it, bro. I'm gonna start, like you said, they're digging tunnels and tunnels. I'm gonna start digging. Bro, my bunker is gonna be just a hole with me in it, with my gun and an MRE. Like, Brandon, I put another tunnel. Dude, but I mean, Brandon, I used to think of those people as maniacs. Now I'm like, dude, I gotta build a freaking bunker. Like, it's bunker time, 100%. Bitch.
I'm so jealous of the people who could get those crazy, cool silo things. That like,
oh my God! Have you ever seen the movie Cloverfield? 10 Cloverfield?
Yeah.
With the one with John Goodman, the second one. You have to watch it. It's like the aliens or something come. He has this underground water and it's a weird movie, but it's very, very good.
Yeah, I would totally build some shit like that if I had
I mean, if I had the money, like Pat. If I was Pat, guess what?
Yeah.
Construction would be underway. There'd be one here, and there'd be one at the house. Brandon, I'd have a tunnel from here to the house.
100%.
Are you kidding me?
Like you just drop down, it's like an ATV, like.
Dude, but like it'd have to be sustainable for at least a year, because if there's a nuclear war, the fallout's really, really bad, Brandon. Because I don't know, I told you this. I used to work at a nuclear missile base, bro. I've stood on. So, how much time we have? We have a little bit. How much time?
I think we got 13 minutes.
Oh, beautiful.
Minutes,
that's all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So, this isn't classified, so I can say it.
Nice.
So a nuclear missile base, there's a missile alert facility about the size of this, and I was in charge, Brandon. I was a flight security controller of 10 nukes. So miles away in all different directions of Montana, there's 10 of them that I was in charge of.
Wow.
There was 200 of them everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Each one of them, Brandon, what people need to realize, like, you know what a dunce cap is?
Yeah.
Like, when people got in trouble, I'm gonna show the audience too. A nuke looks like, can you guys see that? You see that? That's a nuke. Oh, this one right here. You see this? When a nuke comes in, it doesn't come in like it's crazy. This thing is gonna come out into the space, right? The re-entry system is this. This is where the nuke is, right, Brandon?
It goes out of orbit, right?
So yeah, this goes up. The long rocket part falls off. This thing opens up, and up to 5 different smaller ones of these warheads come out, Brandon. They turn upside down. So if a nuke was gonna hit this, you would just see one of these coming in like this.
Oh my God.
And Brandon, I've seen 18-year-old kids die. Like, I'm standing with my gun. You see the cone of the nuke. People working on the nuclear weapon because I was guarding it.
Yeah.
But if this thing blows up, if that thing goes off, Brandon, it's over.
Yeah.
And we also had some of these that would blow up like a mile up, and then think about the mushroom cloud above us. It would suck. You're dead like that. Brandon, we had enough.
God.
We had enough nukes at my base to blow up the world 80 times
What
over.
the fuck?
I'm being dead serious. This is a fact. Think about this. I had enough nukes at my base to blow up the world 80 times over, and guess what? That's nothing. 80%, 90% of our nuclear arsenal is in the water. They're in the submarines. So, bro, we are ready to go at any given moment. I think that's why, Brandon, nobody really messes with us, because we could end this bitch like that.
Yeah.
We're the nuke keepers. I mean, thank God, but
yeah. Well, everybody says like, oh, Russia has more technically, but a shit ton of theirs is from like the 1980s and doesn't even work.
No, yeah, no. But trust me, We have them, bro. And think about it. They were in Montana because the ground's cool. The ground's cool.
Oh,
it's
really?
cold. Oh, yeah, dude. Think about
Wow.
it. And they'd have convoys, Brandon. In Montana, it's normal to be driving and you just see it's covered. There's like a shroud, but there's a nuke. There's a nuke going to get put back into the ground. But
That's
yeah, dude, it's wild.
terrifying.
I hope to God it never comes to that. But yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, so we're in a fourth turning right now. We know we talked about that before. I sent
Yeah,
you the
Brandon, just
book.
really fast, Brandon, because
Yeah.
I know, just in a nutshell, the fourth turning is what?
So that, yeah, it's honestly exactly what you said before. How like you said, society's breaking down. It feels like everything's falling apart. So that's actually a supernatural thing that happens every 100 years. So every 100 years, that phenomenon happens where like things just like kind of get eroded. They don't work anymore. You know, it's like kind of run its course, and a lot of chaos basically happens, and it results in a big war happening. And the country that's the reserve currency holder, like like how we are right now, that kind of goes away because they abuse it too much. So the last one was World War II. That was the last fourth turning.
Okay.
Started with the Great Depression, and that was the beginning of the last fourth turning, and it ended with World War II. And then when that ends, we had a sick Goldilocks period for like 20 years. So between 1946 and 1963, it was like blissful.
Everybody was good. So from the
Yeah.
40s to the 60s.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Okay, booming economy.
Yeah, there was not a care in the world for people in America. It was almost boring.
People were like, there's no war? Shucks.
Yeah.
Man.
So, but then, the one before World War II was the Civil War, and then before that was the Revolutionary War.
Got you.
So it's a thing that just reoccurs. It's like
Every 40 years.
no 100 years.
Every 100 years, and where are we at right now?
We're at the 100 or 100. It's like 80 to 100, but yeah, we're right at the
So
mark.
we're right there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brandon, it's to knock down everything, to destroy everything, to build it back up to a new way that they want.
And it's nobody doing it intentionally. It just happens. It's like a natural cycle that like, so when it falls apart, the generation that's like the adults at the time, so like the 30 to 50-year-olds are kind of like, they're the ones who in government who established a new system, like FDR established the whole like New Deal and all that kind of form of government. But notice now there's all these strikes going on with the unions. Like unions were created 100 years ago in America. Like pensions are kind of like going away. So we kind of built this system that wasn't going to last more than 100 years. Now it's all falling apart, which is why you see all these strikes. You see people discontent with things. You see the economy, it's peaked, but it's run its course in the sense of being able to go up more because we've really abused it.
We've ruined it, bro. And you're saying it, I'm feeling it and seeing it.
Yeah.
And people, and it's inevitable though, right? It's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, just hopefully like no nuclear stuff happens, but there will be a war. I think, unfortunately, we probably do get involved in something.
And Brandon, because a lot of people say, world war, is there an announcement? Like, or you just like, okay, because
There
Brandon,
wasn't the last few times.
that's what I'm saying. Because Brandon, think about it. Israel is at war right now with Palestine.
Right.
China, we're involved with Ukraine
Yeah.
and Russia. We're technically there. China is supporting them,
Yeah.
right? Everybody's kind of, China wants to mess with Taiwan, which they would take it in a heartbeat if they wanted to, right?
Right.
We're kind of in a mild world. Everybody's fighting. Tensions are very high. I'm like, do there need to be like all right, guys, at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, October 18th. Okay, now we're at World War. No, it's
Yeah.
happening. It's just, it's in your face.
And we have people on the ground too, like unofficial. What's the term for it? You probably know, like where people who aren't literally, like in the military anymore, but like
mercenaries.
something like that. I've heard like they're letting U.S. people that were in the army at one point go over there in an unofficial capacity to Ukraine.
I don't know the word, but and again,
You know the concept of
they're
it,
still
though,
on
right?
they're still like contractors, security contractors, but
Yeah.
guess what? They're American.
Right.
You're messing with war.
Yeah.
That's a war. Are people dying and there's bombs going off and the people are shooting and you have our people there? We're in war. So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
So I mean, I think best case scenario is that like if we get past this 5 to 7, 10-year period, I think we'll be on like a really good situation with the world the world's at. But just hopefully nukes don't go off, because I think people are scared of AI, scared of quantum computing, but I think it could create a really dope future in the sense of like annoying things being automated and like the economy really booming because of a lot of like stupid jobs nobody wants to work or get automated. Our production goes up a ton, but yeah, getting past this fourth turning part's the key part of it.
Brandon, again, I genuinely pray every single day. I'm just like, because this place is the greatest nation in the history of the world. And I feel like
We have to protect it.
We have to protect it at all costs. Like, I don't care. Like, we have to, because in Rome, during Rome, at the height of the Roman Empire, think about the Colosseum and people. And Brandon, if I walked up to you as a Roman and I went, hey, in 5 years, this is you're not going to exist.
Yeah.
You would have laughed in the person's face.
Unimaginable.
This is modern day Rome. And if somebody right now is saying to you, guys, wake the hell up, because it could not be here anymore, they'd laugh in my face.
Yeah.
They laughed at these Romans' faces. I'm telling you right now, if we don't change right now, it's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
100%.
So it's time to wake the hell up and fight. It's way worth fighting for. It's necessary.
It's the hill to die on.
That's it. That's the hill to die on. It's for your country, bro.
Yeah.
I just went to go give blood. The girl's from Cuba. I know we're wrapping up. She was like,
yeah.
She's like, the people here, she's like, I worked at the same job. I was making $30 a day working as a nurse. And I'm like, gee, or I don't know if she said day or month. And she's like, these people complain about this place. She's like, America, this is a Cuban girl that's been here for 5 years. She's more patriotic than the Americans that I see today. And it's like, guys, we have to fight. We have to fight. Stop letting these people get away with murder. They're literally getting away with murder. Stop supporting people that are giving money away to other countries and putting us fucking last place, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Stop voting for these assholes and get in the streets. Talk shit. Protest. You know what I mean? Be peaceful, but fucking let them know that you're pissed off. The January 6th insurrection, all bullshit. Did you see what they just did a couple days ago?
What's that?
They, all these people stormed the Capitol. They were inside doing a protest for Hamas and Palestine. And I'm like, wait a minute.
And that's okay?
What's happening? Yeah, they were like cheering. I'm like, wait a minute. So it's like, fight, open your mouth, because, dude, it's getting worse. It's getting worse, but if we don't say something, Brandon, it's gonna be over soon.
100%. Well, bro, I could talk to you for 3 hours, but
I love it.
We're wrapping up here. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning into episode 1. We're gonna do this every week going forward, whether it's Vinnie or anybody else. Hopefully, Vinnie can come on again. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.